Hey friends, Woodley here. Want to welcome you back to the channel, give you an update from a conversation I had with my builder about what's going on in 2022 in regards to supply chain and cost. So if you've been following along with us in our journey, we're pursuing building a house, building a family and a homestead. And we've been sharing about the architect, working with the architect, working with the builder. We have had our plans given to our builder, and our builder is in the process of pricing that out. Now, initially, we had a ballpark figure, and we're waiting for that actual estimate to come in because until you have specific plans, you can't really get an accurate estimate with that. So I was having a conversation today with Paul. Paul's our builder, and he was telling me about how supply chain issues are really making things difficult for them. For example, he said he ordered windows this week. We're in January. They're not expected to come into May. Now, historically, if you're doing standard windows, you could get them in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, so you're framing a job and then the windows are going to be there when you're at that stage. You can put them in. Now you're looking 3.5+ months. So you can approach that a couple different ways. One is real detailed planning, but then a lot of times in that process you might want to make a change and you're really going to be hindered in your timeline related to those changes because you don't have the flexibility just from the availability of supplies. And it isn't just windows, but it's many other things that have similar aspects going on. And so in addition to that, as we were talking about, he said, I'm kind of wrestling back and forth with these numbers, but I want to be upfront with you. And as people are giving me bids, I said, let's get it where you're projecting it to go, not where it is today. So let's not build something on a false hope. Let's have a realistic analysis of where things are in the industry, where prices are going, and it's just really hard right now for builders to get a gauge on that. So I think the wise ones are adding more to that, hoping that the costs will come down, but realizing that may be out of the control, and the timeline also increases. So as I'm analyzing this, it wasn't a surprise to me. I kind of keep up on these things and follow different people with that. It's just shifting the expectation, analyzing where that's going to be. I'm anticipating that we're going to get an estimate back that's somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 25% more than kind of the initial high end on our ballpark. That's my just feel for it. And I don't know, I could be wrong. It could be more than that. It could be less than that. But that's where I'm at in this. And that's something that I think we can work with. And then we're going to look into the details of how do we drill down and really figure out where is it, what's essential, where can we cut cost, what do we really want. It's the analogy I think is every boxer has a plan until the first punch is thrown. And so, some things are going to go your way in building, some things are going to be more challenging than you anticipated. And those are the realities that you're dealing with anytime, but especially now. The other thing he said is timeline wise, you might go and be able to, get a home done in 4 months or 7 months or something, but even longer is the reasonable expectation related to that if you're going to want the quality of work done, because what's going on now is even though the prices are up on things, the reality is that quality labor is still difficult to find. And so the people who are doing the quality work are in very high demand, the subcontractors that are working for these builders. So you have to set your expectations properly related to this. And I think what you want to do is you want to go in with a reality that is your best picture of reality. He said last year There were people who, they had to go back to their banks to get more money because of the increase in cost that had happened so quickly. Once you're in the thick of it, things need to get finished. So we're going to be sharing this journey, and I didn't want to wait until we got the specifics. I wanted to kind of give you my raw sort of initial reaction to that. And I'd love to hear if you've gone through this, what things did you deal with? What are you experiencing in your own journeys related to this and industries? And you can continue to follow along with us, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if my sort of gut feel is right, if I'm wrong, and we'll go from there. Thanks for joining.